What would you say is growing the Fed too much? Would you be comfortable growing the Fed to 5 trillion, 10 trillion?
It's the critical issue, sir, is that while the interest rate is at zero, there is no real bound because with interest rate zero, we can essentially borrow at zero or close to zero in order to finance these funding programs. But in practice, we have to worry about the fact that at some point, and I hope it's sooner rather than later, the economy will begin to recover, and it will be necessary then for the Federal Reserve to begin to raise interest rates.
So
and
is the answer to,
in order to raise interest rates, we have to, among other things, there are various things we can do, but among other things, we'll have to bring the balance sheet down to a more normal size. So all our expansion taking place at this point has to be very carefully planned to make sure that we can unwind it and bring the balance sheet down in time to raise interest rates in order to prevent any insurgence of incipient or surge in inflation.
So a 5 or $10 trillion Fed is not necessarily out of the question?
It would depend on the maturity of the loans. Longer-term loans, borrowing some other mechanism for sterilizing the effects on the money supply, we couldn't go anywhere like that. But for overnight loans, we can go pretty high.
The gentleman of New York, but first I recognize the gentleman of Pennsylvania for unanimous